What's up, guys? How are we all doing? How are we all doing today? Happy New Year! Very happy New Year. Best wishes to everybody. It's 2025 now, officially. What's up, okay? How are you doing? Yes, Happy New Year, absolutely. 2025, huh? It's so weird saying that still. I mean, 2025 just feels like the future, you know? It's so weird. You're walking again? Oh, that's so good. It's good to hear. Congrats. That's amazing. Yesterday Eve, huh? Wow. That's amazing. I'm very happy for you. But yeah, 2025. I remember the Call of Duty map, Nuketown 2025. So futuristic. I don't know, but now we're living it. So hopefully it'll be a good year for all of us. Let's hope for that to be the case. Today I have a few announcements to make. We're doing a little Q&A as well of some questions I gathered. And maybe some future questions. And I don't know, we'll see where it leads. I'm going to discuss some future plans for the channel. And who knows, maybe we'll play some games later on, if we have the time. Flying cars, they said, yes. Sex with robots, they said, also true. This is supposedly the year. But yes. I don't know if most of that's gonna turn out to be the case. We'll see. It's available in Japan? I'm sure it is. I mean, everything is available in Japan, right? It's always the land of the future, it feels like. But yeah, let's talk about 2024, because 2024 was a pretty crazy year, in my opinion. It is, of course, the year I started streaming, but as a whole, online, on the internet, just the whole world, I wouldn't say it was the best year for a lot of people. A lot of negative stuff happened. People got very upset with each other. Social media definitely got worse, I feel like. But that is just how it is. It's just the world right now. And I really hope that we can make it slightly better in 2025. Because I think as humanity, we can do better. I think we can. For me personally, the year, I'd say it was alright. Could have been better. I had a rough start, I want to say, in a lot of ways. But I want to say it ended pretty good, you know. Of course, starting streaming was a major step for me. So I'm happy I did that. And I'm happy to have already met so many of you. Absolutely. Be happy. Happy to all. That's absolutely the point. So let me know, how was your 2024? Sure, many different people had very different experience this year. Some good, some bad. Happy New Year, Manuel. Hope you're doing okay. Wish you all the best. So let's get to the announcement then, shall we? Because I think it's good to get to that and to get it out of the way. It's nothing I want to say too major, but still, it is good to mention because it took me longer than I expected. I wanted to have this from the beginning, but it turned out to be a little bit more tricky than I had hoped for. So, let me just get to it. I've officially been able to open up donations for the channel. Because yes, that was a bit of a pain, and I'll get to that in a minute why it was. But from now on every stream, whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube, you can go into the description and you'll find a donation link. And you can donate if you want to. By the way, you absolutely do not have to. Don't worry if you cannot do that. That's absolutely fine. But some people were asking for it before, so that is why I went ahead and did it already. Because I can't do it directly from YouTube or Twitch yet. We're not quite at that level. More on that later, but yes, it is a Streamlabs link. It should be pretty easy. You can do it with PayPal, you can pay with credit card, and I think there's even a few other options depending on where you actually live. So yeah, there is that. You can now do that. And one of the issues though, I had some trouble with PayPal before. You should be able to donate just fine, but I would recommend holding off if you want to donate smaller amounts, because PayPal is still trying to figure out on my account how to actually enable certain settings that'll make it more interesting for smaller donations. Right now there's a lot of costs involved, so that's just how it is, and if you plan on doing that, I would recommend holding off until I say that you should be able to. Although I still appreciate it, any and all donations, of course, all the time. So yeah. I went a lot of back and forth on PayPal with that, and I don't know, like PayPal, the customer service is awful, I'm gonna say. It's non-existent pretty much. You know, they have a chat with people that don't actually speak your language, so you don't have a clue what they're saying. And there's a phone number, but they can't really help you either, it seems. So yeah, there's that. But it's fine, it's fine. I got it somewhat fixed, and the last few things should work out soon, hopefully. Alerts should be working just fine though, so if you do donate, leave a message, it'll show up on stream. Do small numbers hover around 1 to 100? Well, when I'm talking about small, I'm talking about like $1 or 2 maybe. Anything above that, and it's no issue, but PayPal just doesn't like smaller transactions. So I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Will I put mods and a Discord server? I'm assuming. Yes, I will get to that. Like, moderators, so far I've not really had the need because there's just not that many people typing. But if there's a need, then absolutely, and I will open up an application of some sort. For moderation, if anyone is interested, of course. And Discord server, yes, probably sometime this year. Like, I want to build up slightly more of an audience first, but I feel like it should happen at some point this year. I think it could be pretty fun. Where's the link? Well, in your case, of course, you're on Twitch, so on Twitch you should be able to go down and look at the panels that are there. One of them is donation. You can click on the image, it'll take you there, or you can copy the link that it says right below it. If you're on YouTube, it should just be in the description, the first link you'll see. I'm assuming. I'm assuming it all works. It should, at least. But yes, there's also a leaderboard, so you can see who donated and how much they donated. You can also, I think, donate anonymously if you prefer. And of course, all donations go towards helping the stream and me being able to do this long term. So yeah, that's basically the major announcement, but I have a lot of other stuff to talk about too. While I take some water, of course. Make sure to hydrate, even in 2025. So yeah, what else are we gonna do right now? I'm gonna go and reflect a bit on the last year, and especially streaming. Like what I did for streams, what I could have done better, what went well, what didn't go as well. I'm also gonna go over my plans for the year. So what are we actually gonna do? What's gonna happen? My goals for the year 2025, of course. And then we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. I've already gathered some questions, but of course, if any of you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. Let's first actually make sure that this works. And although Twitch doesn't really like when I show off a different platform, I'm going to do it anyway. Because it's just a little bit easier to show off the past streams on YouTube, because Twitch doesn't save them for that long, for some reason. Yes, I always multi-stream, both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So, all right, here we are. So this, in case you didn't know, is my YouTube channel. And again, I also have a Twitch channel. Everything is Daniel Deerest, at Daniel Deerest, which you're free to check out. It doesn't really matter what platform you watch on, just whatever you prefer. But yes, this is the streams. These are the streams, I should say, that we've done in the past 2.5 months. I started October 20th. With, of course, my debut, which is right here in the bottom right corner. And these are all the streams we did. Play a lot of different games. The some other stuff too. And I'm happy, pretty much, with what we've done. Like, I missed a few streams because I got sick and other stuff, but that just happens. That's just me. That's just my life, which is how it is. Nothing I can change about that, but overall, I was pretty consistent, I want to say, especially in the beginning. Like, I didn't miss a single stream. I was mostly on time, which is good. Sometimes I can still do better though. Like sometimes I'm 5 or 10 or even 15 minutes late, which I should really probably avoid in 2025 if I can. So yes, firstly, to mention, in case you didn't know, on YouTube I also post videos which are edited usually from my live streams. I also post shorts, which are like clips from live streams. And of course then we have the live streams themselves. And I'm live right now, as you can see. That be me. Oh, thank you, okay. Appreciate that. Yeah, so, well, let's first talk about the numbers then, right? Because, I mean, the numbers don't say everything, but they are somewhat important. On YouTube, we are currently sitting at 87 subscribers, which is quite a lot, I think, for a new channel in just 2 months. I'm very happy and very thankful to all of you. And on Twitch, I believe we're currently sitting at 37 followers. Works a little bit different, it's a little lower, but I appreciate those nonetheless. Yes, I've only been streaming for 2 months now. So yeah, that's pretty good, I want to say. Views on live streams, they differ. Some of them are pretty good, like we have, if we can find it, up here we have the me side stream, which got over 200 views. Don't really understand how or why, but that's pretty good, with a pretty high average view time too, I believe. Some other streams maybe only get 3, 4, 5 views. Of course, it's also split between platforms. Sometimes Twitch is a little better, sometimes YouTube. Depends on how it goes. You should also post on TikTok. I do have a TikTok. I don't post on it yet because I'm just not so sure about that platform. I know it's popular and maybe I'll do something, but I don't know about that platform. It's just a little weird sometimes. But I guess it is a good idea to at least post something on there. But yes, so we played a lot of games in the past 2 months. Of course, we played a lot of GeoGuessr stuff. Just a game I enjoyed a lot, and it's also a game that I can play with you guys, so that's pretty fun. We also played some other games. We played through the new Life is Strange game, which was a pretty fun game. We played Getting Over It, which was not a fun game to play, but I played it anyway. We played, what else did we play? We played BeamNG with the Bean Boozled Nasty Jelly Bean Challenge. That was pretty fun, I want to say, although it wasn't that fun for me all the time. I think it made for a good stream. We played Slime Rancher, which I love a lot. We played some horror games. We played Deer Simulator, of course. That was a recommendation from someone. But that's a very fun game and very, yeah, fitting. So we did play a lot of different games. Yeah, and same goes for the videos, you know, like some of the stuff you might have not noticed otherwise on streams, like we reacted to Daily Dose of Internet, and I made a small video over here that you can see about my health and what's going on with that. Because a lot of you guys asked about that too. All the hugs will come after hearing my voice. I mean, who knows? Maybe. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Yeah. Well, speaking about questions, if any of you do have some questions and you haven't seen my first debut stream, a lot of them do get answered in that, so make sure to check that out. You know, because you came that way? Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. I hope you can get 100 subscribers this month. I hope so too. Thank you, Reina. I hope so. So yeah. Overall with the results, I'd say I'm pretty happy. For just 2 months, it's been pretty good. Of course, there's always room for improvement in certain areas. But that's just what the future is for, right? That's what New Year's resolutions are. Improving on stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Let me just quickly switch. Let's see here. I will say though that like I got quite how do you say this? I got quite used to streaming by now. I would say in the beginning I was pretty nervous, and it's gotten better. Sometimes I still get nervous, especially when a lot of people are watching. But it's definitely getting better, so I am feeling better with streaming and happier. Let's see here, what else are we going to talk about now? Am I bad sick? What? What do you mean? Don't need to get nervous. It's fine, thank you, but it just happens. It's just who I am. It's just in my nature as a deer. Have I felt happy while streaming? Yeah, I guess I want to say yes. Sometimes I feel quite glad with what we're doing and I have a lot of fun. Like badly sick. Well, just in general, like I do get sick. I have an immune disorder, so yeah, that means that I sometimes get ill easily. And it means that my body doesn't really fight it, so in that sense, yeah. It can be dangerous sometimes. And it is just why I'm more often sick than other people. Yeah, for me the same. Like, hospitals are quite a thing, unfortunately. Sometimes more than usual, but it is how it is. Yeah, in my case, I don't get pills because there's no really cure for what I have. I can get plasma like infusions, which help for a short term. But I would have to go for the hospital for that, and I get sick from it, and it takes very long. So I just live with it, really. And honestly, like, it could be worse. There are people with the same illness that have it worse. But anyways, let's move on to what we were going to talk about first. Let's do the plans for the year. Let's talk about those. My age is actually kind of a secret. I like keeping it to myself and having people more like guess what they think it is. I will tell you my birthday though if you want to know, and that's July 16th. But yes, let's go to the plans for the year. Now, my plans are, first of all, well, I want to do more personal stuff on streams. That means not just games, but also try out other things. For now, I've just tried a lot of different types of games, and it has been fun. Games won't go anywhere, absolutely. But I want to branch out, you know, try other stuff, see where it leads. Like, think about maybe learning Japanese. I've talked about this. I want to learn Japanese, maybe on stream. I think that could be quite fun to learn together. But also, like, maybe going over crazy trips I've done in my life. I've traveled a lot, and I have a lot of interesting stories about that. Maybe I'll make tier lists on my favorite cars. Who knows? Like, it could be anything, really. Just overall more variety too, not playing the same games over and over again. But just do different stuff, you know. And if I do play games, add twists to them, like challenges, punishments, like anything really. Anything that could be fun. I have so many ideas. We love the cars, yeah. I mean, yeah, me too, so yeah. We'll see. I have some ideas. And this year they're definitely going to come to fruition, I hope. So yeah, that's basically the plans I have for this year. Like, just branching out, doing fun stuff, having fun with you guys. Of course, keep streaming every week, 3 times. Do I have any intention to collab with other VTubers? Yes, I do. I was actually getting to that in a moment because we're going to move on to the goals for this year. And one of the goals is to actually do my first ever collab with someone. No idea who it's going to be yet. If any VTubers are watching, small or big, and you want to collab, just feel free to let me know. Send me an email, whatever. And maybe I'll reach out to some people if I get the courage to do so. Who knows? But yes, I think that could be fun. Scary, but fun. So that's definitely a goal for this year, to do at least one, and maybe more, if it turns out well. My favorite car? Well, it's not easy to say. Like, there's so many cool cars. I think overall, if I really had to pick one, probably I want to say the Lexus LFA. The sound of that's just amazing. I've seen one in real life and heard one. That's just insane. But I like so many cars, you know, like, honestly. From everyday stuff to the crazy stuff. Anything is just cool. But we'll save the details for a stream when we'll actually talk about it in full. So yeah, other goals for this year. I'm gonna make some specific goals. First of all, for Twitch. For Twitch, it's pretty simple. I just want to reach affiliate. The requirements basically are 50 followers and 3 average viewers at all times. I'm sure that's very doable. Like 3 average viewers, it is a lot. I'm not there yet, but I'm sure we can do that this year. I hope. But we'll see. We'll see if we can do it. I think it's a very manageable goal to reach affiliate. It also means that I can enable Twitch subscriptions and bits and such like that. So yeah, a lot more fun stuff. We can get some emotes in that case, custom ones, which would be pretty cool. For YouTube, it's slightly bigger, the goal, because, well, in order to do this long term, I kind of have to reach monetization on YouTube one day. That means 1,000 subscribers. And that's a lot, I know. It's a very big goal. I don't know if we can reach that this year, but we're gonna try. 1,000 subscribers. I kind of feel like we can do it, you know. It's a lot, but I think we can do it. But that will also enable memberships on YouTube. We can do exclusive stuff, and a lot more super chats, super stickers, all the good stuff. So basically those are my goals. 1,000 subscribers YouTube, Twitch affiliate, 3 average viewers. We'll see. It's not a necessary goal that I need to get, but it would be really nice in order to do this long term, which I want to do because it's a lot of fun. Hello Embertail, thank you for following. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So yeah, another goal of mine, and I'd say this might be the first and most important goal of all, and that is I want to make a difference in the world. This can be in many ways. As a community, could be charity, you know, like I've talked about charity before. I want to do some charity stuff, raising money. But also just positive vibes in general, you know, like I think with just being happy, being positive, spreading a good message, I think that can matter a lot in the world. And I want to use this opportunity, this community that we're building to do good, to make stuff better. Because the world, I think, can use it. It needs it. So that's definitely the most important goal. I can't really say when we reached it, but I think it's important to think about it and to just, yeah, you know, make a positive difference, even if it's small. Thank you. But really, it's not about me, you know, like it's just about the bigger picture sometimes. And I want to do good. That's just always been a goal in my life. You're a good person, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you so much, bro. You're just making me shy again. Thank you, thank you. I hope so. I hope we can do it, and I'm sure we can. If we all work hard, especially me, I'm sure we can do it. Maybe. Hopefully. Alright, next up. Let's get to the Q&A, shall we? Again, feel free to ask questions. I am going to do them in order. I already have prepared 5 questions, which I'm going to do first. After that, I'll answer the ones from chat if you guys have any. And that's pretty much it. Like, after that, I think we're going to play a game. I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to. Yes, do that. Stay alive, please. That will be good. So, first question. Some of you may know it, but it is a question that I get asked a lot, and it is, where am I from? Oh, thank you, Sleepy EVVT, for the follow. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. So where am I from? I am from the Netherlands, which means my nationality is Dutch. A lot of people get that confused because they think Dutch means German, but that's Deutsch, which is the German word for German. Dutch is the English word for people from the Netherlands. I know, confusing, but yeah, I'm fully Dutch, from the Netherlands. Holland, it's also called. Some people call it that. I don't want to be doxed, so I'm not going to be any more specific than that, but yeah, I was born and raised here. So that's the first one. The second one, which I also get asked a lot, is why a deer? Why am I a deer? Well, very simple. Why are you a human? Like, it's just who I am, a deer-human hybrid. This is just me. This is what I look like. Why I chose this as a Vtuber, because of course you can edit whatever you want as a Vtuber. It's because I also think, like, it fits me, you know? I am kind of shy, easily scared, sensitive, but also kind and caring. And that's just what a deer is. What more is there to say? And I'm very happy with my model too, you know. I made the design myself, but it wasn't actually drawn by me. It was drawn by Nidham. I have a link to him as well in the description if you want to check him out. And maybe some of you have never seen my full model, so let me just show a little bit more. We should be able to oh, no, that's not the one. Hold up. Nope. Oh, wait, hold up. I think there is an easier way to do this. Let me just do this. There we go. There we are. Yes, I am a full body model, of course. And I can stampede. As you can see, this is me. Very happy with it. I think it looks amazing. Especially, of course, the details, the head, the hair, the ears, the necklace. I love it all. But yeah, very happy. But that's me. And there we go. Got the Jordans. Yeah, guess so. So yeah, that is why I am a deer. It's just who I am. So next up, why a VTuber then? Well, I want to connect and learn about humans more and more. You know, I've always found humans very interesting. I want to learn about them, learn about this world, especially the online world. VTubing seems very exciting and new. So that's the route I went. It also seems to fit who I am, sort of. And I like anime, so that helps. And why I stream in general, again, I just want to better the world. I just want to build something, make a difference. That's my goal. And in case you didn't know, by the way, about a deer, I am a fallow deer. Which are the deer with the white spots, like kind of like red brownish. So yeah, that's that. Then, can I make stuff for or from you? This is also a question I get asked a lot. It kind of depends on what it is. If you just want to make clips, clip me from something, put it on your own channel, that's absolutely fine. You can do that. Feel free to. If you want to make fan art or stuff like that, feel free to. If you want to tag me for it, you can use hashtag Deerest, just like my name, so I can see it. Feel free to do all that. If I want to do specific commissions, though, I'll probably post about it on Twitter. So wait for that to if you want to like have me actually pay you to make something. But once I do, I'll make sure to let everybody know. And the final question I had prepared is, do I voice act? And this is also a question I get asked a lot, more than I expected. I've never thought about this before. I never saw myself as a voice actor, but people seem to think that I am one or that I should be one. But no, I'm currently not a voice actor. I've never been. Maybe in the future, who knows? Who knows? If the right opportunity comes along, I wouldn't be against it, I want to say. But currently, no. Absolutely not. So yeah, those are the questions I have prepared. Again, if you have any others, feel free to ask. Let me just look. You said you made the model by yourself? Well, I designed it by myself. The actual drawing wasn't made by me, and the rigging too was made by a guy from Indonesia. Again, he's called Nitham. I think you can find him on Fiverr. And he's done a great job, I think, in helping me make my vision come to life. Maybe you will tell me why they keep showing on the highway. Deers. Well, the thing about deers is, like, people seem to think they're scared of cars, but I think that deer actually like cars. They search them out. You know, a deer in headlights, they're just daredevils, and they want to get close to cars. And they can't get a driver's license, so that's why they actually just get as close to them as possible. And where to go other than highways. That's my opinion. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe you got some deer in you after all. Of course, all deers are brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, the deer park in Japan. Yeah, I've seen that. It seems pretty amazing. I'd love to go there myself. I would love to go to Japan in general, you know? Just seems like a really cool place, really cool country. And it is just one of those that I've not been yet. Do I have pets? At the minute, I have some fish. I have my own aquarium. And I take care of some fish. Tropical fish. But I like pets. I like cats, I like dogs. I've had them before. But not currently. We are brothers. That's alright, dude. Don't worry. If you can't be here, you can't be here. And good luck with your exams. Kind of a weird time to have exams. Like right at the start of the year. But what do I know? I dropped out of school. Oh, I see. What kind of school is it then? IT and high tech school. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. I thought happiness starts with H, but why does mine start with U? I think I get it. I mean, usually that type of wordplay, I'm just completely goes over my head. What should we play? Yeah, about that. I was actually thinking to play some Time Guesser. I found this recently, and it's kind of like GeoGuessr, if you know that game. but with a little twist to it. So I want to try that out in a second. I'll get it set up and everything. Call me Sigma woman. Yeah, I'll show what Time Guesser is in a second. When I got it all ready. I mean, who knows, honestly. All right, here we go. Let's see. I think everything is good. There we go. So welcome to Time Guesser. Now, this game, it's basically, it'll show itself, you know. It's basically like GeoGuessr, where you have to guess where you are in the world, but you get a picture. And you also, more importantly, have to guess the time, not the time of day, but the year that the photo was taken in. So where was it taken and when was it taken? It's been an hour already, yeah. I mean, time flies. So yeah, let's just go ahead and see what it's like. From what I've seen, I think it can be pretty fun. I don't know how many pictures there actually are. Hopefully enough. So, game settings. Let's start with a no timer limit. I can also challenge people apparently to this. How does that work? Oh. Alright, maybe we'll do that later. I guess we can kind of, in a way, try the same map and play against each other. Huh. Well, anyway, the first round. Let me just move myself, I guess, more towards the middle. Alright, so we have a picture here. Vassas to Amsterdam. Europa Coupa. So it's the Europe Cup of some sort, it seems. Alright, Rainy, I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Best wishes. Is that German? No, I do not think it's German. It seems more Scandinavia, maybe. But that sign isn't helpful as to where it would be, really, to me. Vassal. I feel like I have heard of that place. But I don't know where it was. I mean, we have Vasteras in Sweden. Alright, I'm just gonna put it down there for now. I can't really read much else on the sign. But when was this is of course also the question. Hello Brave Skull, Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. When would this be? Judging by their clothes. I mean, the picture is in black and white, but that could mean anything. And with that art. Are we feeling 60s? I mean, it's set to 1962, but that doesn't really mean anything. Or are we feeling it's older than that? I mean, this one's pretty tricky. I am gonna go 1960. Yeah, I think it could very well be. And I feel like by the language it's Swedish or something. Similar to that. You were eating barbecue? Okay. Nice. Alright, let's just make the guess. Ooh. Okay. It was in Hungary. Wow, it didn't seem Hungarian to me. The year was 1965. Hungarians in Győr anticipating the 1965 European Cup quarter-finals against Amsterdam. Győr won 1-0, going on to lose in the semi-finals against Benfica. Or Benfica. Alright. I like that they give some information about the picture. I think that's pretty cool. And we got a total of 6,741 points. Not too bad. Dutch is a Germanic language, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Not terrible for a start, you know. Not terrible. 10,000 points would be the maximum. 6,700. I'll take it. National Association of Old IRA. Okay, this is an old picture. We can zoom in, actually. This seems like a pretty old picture. The IRA, I believe, was from Ireland. I know they were active in Northern Ireland, but I think they were also active in the rest of Ireland. And this seems pretty old. Before everything kicked off there. A lot of terrible things happened in those days, but I think this is really old. If I'm judging by the hats that people are wearing. And the long coats of the women. Why was everyone in these days always dressed so nicely, you know? Why don't we do that today? Well, I'm gonna go for Dublin, because it's the most likely that a picture was taken in the capital. And in terms of year, I want to say 1930. Is that a weird guess? Your grandpa has that jacket? Okay. Can I zoom in on this one? I mean, it's a pretty grainy picture. I mean, this could be World War II era too. Maybe it's slightly later than... It's like 37. I think it's 1920. Is that old? I feel like the women though aren't dressed like the 20s. I feel like it's slightly afterwards, but... Alright, if you're correct, well, I stand corrected. Good on you. Let me see. It's 1939. I was really close. And it was Dublin. Crowds marching through a street in Dublin to commemorate the uprising of Irish nationalists against British rule in Ireland. Wow. We got 9,700 points. You were wrong. It's fine. It's fine. We're all just playing the game. Do not sweat it. Alright, next up. We have this guy. Underground subway. Well, this isn't too old. Buckaroo line, Piccadilly line. I think... Am I wrong in thinking this is London? With this sign? This type of underground sign? And as for year, well, judging by this guy, I want to say early 2000s. Try the USA. You think it's the US? I don't know, Piccadilly. It just feels like London to me. Wait, is that a double-decker bus? Or am I going crazy? Can just about see it. Oh, that's a London cab for sure. It's definitely London. It's gotta be. I want to say, well, London. Let's go. Here's an underground station. Let's go there. And I want to say this is it late 90s, early 2000s? ...2001. I feel like that could be right. Oh, 2000s, 1 year off. And location, really close. We got 9,901 points. Wow. That's crazy. I'm really proud of that one. That's pretty good. It was London, and it was just 1 year off. Finnish techno artist Deerest in London promoting his hit single Sandstorm. Oh, I know that song. It's a pretty famous song. That's him then, I guess. Okay. Huh. Well, not bad. Not bad. Alright, what do we have here? Again, I want to say relatively recent. Pretty sure that's Arabic. But where in the world could this be? There's no... Oh, there's a flag. Ooh. Right. I've seen this flag, but I don't know which country it is. Why is there so many people cooking here? So many chefs. Morocco? Really? I mean, it could be. I do believe that Arabic is used there. Alright. But where? Morocco? Would it be? I mean... Rabat? Tangier? Casablanca? Marrakesh? Go Brakash. Where is Brakash? Of Marrakesh, you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But when is the question? When was this? Oh, the song you've listened to in England was Virtual Insanity. Okay. I don't know that one. Here looks like 2010. I mean, it could be. I don't hate that guess. It seems pretty recent. But not necessarily last year. Quality is decent though from the camera. Should we go like 2015 maybe? Yeah. Oh, 2008. Oh, your 2010 guess was pretty good. Well, my bad, but the location was correct. It was the right city. Street food in Morocco. Wow. And we got 8,300 points. Which isn't bad. You're a true Arab? Ooh, what do we have here? Brenner, Alberg, Garmisch. Brenner. Okay, it's pretty old. It's obviously a major city. And I can't necessarily tell, but I think we're driving on the right. It's kind of hard to tell in the picture. Renner Alberg. Could be German. Maybe like Austria. I don't recognize this plate, but it's an old plate, so doesn't. Wait, hold up. Does that say A? above the license plate. Am I the only one that's seen that? Am I going crazy? I think it's a white oval with the letter A. Because if that's the case, it is Austria. I mean, the Beetle, yeah, I mean, it's a Volkswagen Beetle. It's a pretty famous car, but it was used all over Europe and outside. I believe until a couple of years ago, they were still being made in Mexico. So, assuming it's Austria, then it's probably Vienna. By the way, is this map... This map is in Dutch. I'm noticing now. Which is fine, but it's just gonna make it slightly harder. Sometimes. So yeah, Vienna, and I'm gonna say... I mean, that's like a 60s car, I want to say. The Beatles, I mean, they started making them in like the 40s, but they made them until like the 70s, I want to say. 80s. That looks like a 50s car. The bus seems pretty old. Doesn't have to be a brand new car though, so yeah. 1960. You want to go 1963? All right, that's fine. That seems fair. Let's see. 1962. 1 year off. A street scene in 60s Innsbruck. Oh, it was in Innsbruck. So it was Austria. But Innsbruck. 400 kilometers away. But that's still 9,064 points. We'll take those. We'll take those. What is our final score? You were pretty close. 43,757. Hey, that is pretty good. The worst score was 6,000 with 5 years off and quite a long distance. But overall, most of them were pretty spot on. Isn't the N silence next to the E in the end of Dutch? In the end in Dutch. The N silence next to the E. I guess it depends on the word. But not usually, I want to say. Not usually. Alright. Pretty good for first round. 43,000. I'm not sure if I can beat that score. But we're gonna try. What I have noticed though is that I haven't actually... Whoops. I've yet to change the stream title. So let me do that real quick. Give me a second. go. Okay. All right, we're good. Let me move myself maybe a bit more this way. Like I know, my mensen means my people in Dutch. Yes, that's true. That's true. But it's not necessarily silent. The N. All right, another rounds. Here we go. Ooh. Oh my! What happened to this picture? Over here. Something doesn't quite make sense. But we have a horse and carriage. And this is old. This is really old. Shekenyi. Emolekanek. What is this? I'm not even gonna try to read this bottom part. That's awful. Or it would be awful if I read it. I mean, judging by this guy, I kind of want to say we're in like Eastern Europe. But this language is weird. I'm kind of thinking Hungary because it kind of looks the same language-wise. Well, it wouldn't be in a major city. Let's go over there. And the year? Maybe like 1920 something. (1880s). You think it's that old? I can't even go pre-1900, by the way, so it's got to be after 1900. I mean, yeah, the clothes are pretty old. Like horses or donkeys or whatever they are, like, they can be old, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, because in some areas here they use these types of things much later than you might think. In some countries you can still encounter them to this day. But maybe you're right. Let's go. I feel like there was very little pictures made before 1900. Maybe 1910. All right, let's just do it. 1904. All right, not terrible. Location. It was in Romania. but not that far off where I guessed. I did think about Romania, you know. A memorial plaque to Count Istvan, whatever his name is, a Hungarian statesman and engineer who played a crucial role in modernizing Hungary in the 19th century. But it's in Romania. But it was Hungarian, so I was technically right. Technically it was, apparently back then it was Hungary. Because it was about a Hungarian guy. Wow. I guess that's just really unlucky and lucky at the same time. 7,600 points though. We'll take it. Alright. Now this is the US. Can't really see what that says. Could be Canada too. It's pretty cold, there's snow. Let's judge the cars. I want to say these are mostly like maybe 90s cars. Oh, there's a Canadian flag. I didn't even notice. Wow. I mean, this style of this guy feels more 80s, but the cars just scream 90s to me. Maybe late 80s. In Afrikaans, the words are spelled different. My people in Afrikaans is my mens. Oh, I see. My mens. Right, so we use the N at the end, but we do actually pronounce it. So it's slightly different. Alright, so it's Canada. I am gonna go early 90s. Because there's no way this is in the 2000s. There will be more modern cars, I feel like. And also, there's no way this guy dressed like this in 2000. So... could be pretty north. Canada. What is this, too north, maybe? Maybe it's like Edmonton? I could believe Edmonton. Let's go 90... 94, sure. Why not? Sounds about right to me. (1995), arriving in cold Canada after touring the beaches of southern Europe. And that was in the east, so the location wasn't that good. It was Canada, but it was all the way on the other side. But the year was only 1 year off, so that's not bad. 1995. Oh well. Probably not going to beat our score from last time. What is this? There's a huge flood going. You know, if we know the event that the picture is showing, then maybe we could narrow stuff down even more. So, all right, what do we have here? Like we have Fiat 500s over there. Can't really tell what's over there in terms of cars. But I think there's a lot of Italian cars. I think this is an Alfa. Pretty sure. It's an Alfa Romeo. So I'm gonna go Italy. I feel like that makes sense. Also by the architecture. And I'm thinking maybe 60s. It seems quite right. Alright, see you later, Brave Skull. Thanks for stopping by. What else? Happy New Year, Shio. Hope it'll be a good year. I'm thinking maybe it's Rome. 1962. I don't hate 1962, you know. Maybe a bit later, 65. Let's do it. 1966. 1 year off again. And location, it was Italy. It was... Is this Florence? I think this is Florence, right? Well, it doesn't say for me, but I think pretty sure that's Florence. Okay. Not too bad. 9,200 points. Not too bad at all. And let me delete this bot that we have in the stream here. All right, next round. Endorsed by United Textile Workers for re-election, Roosevelt and Garner. They do not forget their friends. Okay, so if Roosevelt was the president, when was that? Wow, these are old cars. These are really old. Like these are like 1920s maybe, 1910, 1920. These are maybe 30s, early 30s. Judging by the fashion too. Happy New Year, Lady Broden. Hope it's a good year for you. For all of us. Can I see the sign again? If you want to. But no cheating. No Googling. O'Brien headquarters. I feel like Roosevelt was president in the late 20s. Maybe the early 30s. I could be wrong. Why does it say Manchester on this part? Like we're not in England, are we? Like I assume this looks like the US. There's no way, the streets are way too big. It's gotta be the US. I've never been there, but I feel like I've had. I mean, maybe you have. Maybe in a different life. It's gotta be the US, but where? Chicago? New York? I feel like it's East Coast. California, I mean it could be, but feels more East Coast to me. Cars look like the mafia cars in the 30s. Yeah, they kind of do. New York, you think New York? All right, let's go New York. Although I kind of feel Chicago too, but who knows? And the year, I'm guessing 1929. Let's do that. Ooh, a re-election poster for Roosevelt and Garner hanging on a street in Manchester, New Hampshire. So location, not too bad. There is apparently a Manchester in the US, so that's why. And the year was 1936. 7,500 points. I'll take it. You said 1936, really? Wow. Good one. All right, next up, the last round. Wow, this is all... What am I looking at? What? Like, that's not real. I see that, but that's just really weird. That's just really weird. There's a tram here. It's really old again, even older than the last one, I say. That's a picture of you. Well, I hope not. Hollywood vibes, maybe. Can I read that? No. They do seem to be driving on the right, but I don't know if that was really established back then. Whether you're driving on the right or left, because nowadays they drive on the left, of course, in England, but I don't know what it was like back then. But it could be London. I don't hate it. LD stands for London, you think? I mean, maybe. It's possible. Crown on the plate suggests a country owned by monarchy? I guess so, if that's a crown. I'm not sure if it is, but it could be. It could be. Northern England, London. I mean, it's probably London, right? If LD stands for London, then it's likely London. Year 1920. I'm thinking even earlier. I'm thinking this is like let's say 1915 could work. Yeah. Oh, 1927. It was a little later than I thought, so this car was quite old by then. But that's always a possibility. It was indeed London. So the location, pretty good. The year, not so good. 1927. Wow. What was the announcement, by the way? Well, I finally managed to open up donations. So, if any of you ever want to donate, of course, absolutely not necessary. But if you do, you can now find a link in the description. And of course, alerts and everything works. But of course, no pressure, no need. But if you want to support me and the channel, you now can. Took me a while to figure out how it worked, but finally think I got it working. All right, final score 37,083 out of 50,000. I'm pretty happy with that. That's not too bad. We'll take those. We'll take those. All right, let's do one more, but let's do a time limit. Because we can't just keep going forever, you know. 15 seconds? No, maybe a bit short. A minute. Minute and a half. Let's do a minute and a half. Seems fair. Last score was indeed better. All right, here we go. We got a minute, so we gotta hurry up. This, to me, this feels like India. Driving on the left. It's very busy. But when would this be? I'd say pretty recently. But not like in the last 10 years, like maybe like early 2000s. Let's look at the signs. I mean, it's hard to read them. And also it doesn't really give away the year usually. They had Sprite. All right, we gotta go. Almost out of time. I'm gonna go Delhi. You think it's newer? I mean, the bikes look pretty old to me, but maybe not. All right, let's go 2012. Oh, what? Oh, I have to click. Oh, it's different from GeoGuessr. You have to actually confirm it. Otherwise it doesn't lock in. But it was 2022 and it wasn't even India. Because it was Kampala, Uganda. Which is over here. That's crazy. I really thought it was India, but clearly not. Wow. So it was Africa, and it was only 2 years ago. Well, if I knew it was Africa, maybe I would have guessed. I mean, the people were pretty dark. Now looking back at it. So maybe I should have known. Well, it is how it is. What do we have here? Okay, this is pretty old. Black and white. Bad quality. I don't know who these people are. Slava Veli Camus. Sovets Camus. Okay, that looks like, well, it sounds pretty Russian, but the signs aren't Russian, so maybe like Eastern Europe. Oh yeah, 2022 is 3 years ago, you're right. I'm pretty dumb. Alright, a protest. It's gonna be... it's gonna be in modern day Serbia. And it's gonna be pretty old, I'm gonna say. Judging by the look of the people, I want to say it's like... Well, let's look at the fashion. 1910? Bit too old maybe, I guess. Ooh, it's not as old as I thought. 1956, Labor Day in Czechoslovakia, Socialist Republic. Okay. So the location wasn't terrible. but the year was. My bad. My bad. I'm getting worse and worse by the second. But that's usually how it just goes for me, you know? Usually I just get worse and worse the longer I play. You were close with 50s. You are right. Any future plans? Yes, and I discussed them earlier on the stream, so if you want to know them fully, then just watch the stream back later. Because I have too many to just name them all now. But yes, of course, there are future plans. Guess we need to play more to get better, yeah. I guess so. Alright, we're driving on the left, but again, it's pretty old. I want to say 60s. 50s, 60s. Major city. Telefunken. Cinzano. Filmkameror. Huh. Kemisktevat. I'm thinking like Sweden. I think this is a Saab. And the language kind of makes sense. And I think they used to drive on the left in Sweden. I think that was Sweden. I think I remember something like that. Could be wrong. 1964? Sure. 1961, and it was indeed Stockholm. Nice. That's a nearly perfect score, 9,500 points. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yes, it might include collabs in the future. No really solid plans, but I would like to at least collab once this year. All right, next up. This feels like a picture from GTA for some reason. That's interesting. Okay, we're in America. That's for sure. 9th Street. Judging by these cars, I want to say it's probably 80s. I mean, why does this look so gamified, you know? It just looks like a screenshot from a game. Las Vegas? I mean, could be something Plaza. Bank of America, I think. Can't read that though. I think it could be Californian plates. Oh, this is definitely Californian plate. No, we gotta be in California. Maybe we're just in LA. Maybe that's why it looks like GTA. And this, I'm guessing like 19. Well, this car looks slightly older in terms of its use. So 86. Oh, wow. 9,800 points. It's 1985. And it was in LA. A view from a passenger seat on Interstate 110. Nice. That was almost perfect. I'm happy with that one. All right, final one. Zoldsek Gyhogs Boroknagi Orsak. This looks like Hungarian again. Oh, Cyprus. Cyprus, so it's Turkish, probably. A market, indoor market in Turkey. Pretty cool. How recently is this? We have a little. Oh, judging by how people are dressed, I want to say pretty recently. I'm not seeing any mobile phones though, which you would assume to find if it was the last couple of years. So I'm gonna go Cyprus, and I'm hoping that's right. Let's go there. And let's say 2015. Just before the smartphones became like complete mainstream. Yeah. 2013. All right. Oh, it wasn't Cyprus. It was Hungary. So I was right with the language at first. There was just a sign for Cyprus for some reason. Oh, I didn't even guess Cyprus. Whoops. Cyprus is over there. But I was wrong anyway. So it doesn't matter. 2013. Inside Central Market Hall in downtown Budapest. Alright. Still some good points. 30,687. Could have been worse, could have been better. Alright, can we play again? But this time only 1 minute. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, we're in the Netherlands. I can easily tell by these plates. What are they doing? Putting up a giant baby. Inflatable balloon. Do people do this in other countries? I mean, some of people do it here, where if a baby is born, they put up a giant baby outside. Is that a normal thing, or is that just a Dutch thing? I don't actually know. All right, these cars are slightly older. So I'm gonna say it's definitely Netherlands. I don't know where. Let's go Utrecht. And let's say 2013. 2012. The location, it was the Netherlands. That's alright. The year, it's only one off. Not bad. It is a Dutch thing? Oh, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I mean, that's just what people do here. I think it's kind of weird, but people do that. That's pretty funny. All right, what do we have here? A guy shouting at a woman for some reason. All right, this is good because there's a lot of cameras, but they're older cameras. They're not phone cameras. I think, does it say New York there? I think it says New York. They look like Americans. I could believe it. Let's go New York. Hopefully I'm not getting baited. And I'm gonna say, because of the cameras, that it's 2010. 2010. Yeah, that I feel like that makes sense, right? No mobile phones yet. 2007, okay, and it was indeed New York. That's pretty good. Two people arguing about religion after Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the sixth president of Iran, gave a talk at Columbia University. Because of course they are. Alright, 2007 isn't too bad though. Pretty good. This could be a new high score if we keep going like this. Ooh. Nice emblem. Okay, we got like 19, 20, and 30 cars. This person looks like from the UK. Yeah, London. Yeah, I know, right? Is that Big Ben? Could it be? Driving on the left. Alright, I think it could be. London. I think that's over there somewhere. And then here... Oh, I could be pretty wrong with this. $1983. No, it's way older. Look at the cars. 1935, I'm gonna say. 52. Oh, okay. It was old, but not as old as I thought. Police officer directing traffic in front of the Palace of Westminster during the Great Smog of London. Ah. The location was perfect, though. Like, literally. 1 off. 1 point. That's pretty good. Alright. I'll take it still. Oh, this is a famous picture. I know this picture. It's in Japan. As you can also tell by the signs. I don't know where exactly in Japan it is, but I'm assuming East Coast. Miyako, can we find that? Miyagi. Miyako, there it is. And that's in 2011. I'm pretty sure. The great earthquake and tsunami that happened in Japan. That was a terrible, very extreme event. I remember it quite well. Alright. I got the perfect location. 5,000. Oh, no. 5,000 for the year, because the year was perfect. The location was nearly perfect. But still, we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright. If we get a good score on this final round, what is this? Collapsed building. People are celebrating that the building collapsed. Okay. Kinda weird. Kirby. 134 Kirby. Can't see any cars. Wagstaff. Goodwin. Oh. Oh, this one's tough. Looks like the USA could be, but I'm kind of feeling England again, though. I got a quick go. Sure. 1940. The location was good, though. It was London. Residents in Lambeth Walk, dancing following bombing in the area as a means of keeping spirits high. Okay, that's an interesting way to deal with it. Huh. 1940, so it was World War II. I guess that makes sense with the whole collapse building thing. Should have figured it. Average girls' night out. 40,447. I don't think that's a record. for me, but it is pretty good. On locations, we did, well, I guess we did perfectly. Pretty perfectly. On years, well, 2 of them were pretty badly guessed, so I could have done better on years. But it is how it is. 2 hours, yeah, we're streaming for 2 hours. Pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna quickly grab a glass of water because I ran out, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Thank you, thank you. Miss me, I was only gone for like 30 seconds. Alright. A minute seems pretty fair. Alright, here we go. Is that Bill Clinton? It kind of looks like him. When was he president? Well, I'm assuming it's the US. I don't know this building. Maybe it was in Washington. I feel like that's the early 80s. Let's go mid. 1985. That is the 80s? Okay. Let's do it. Oh, it was 1996. So it was actually the 90s. And it wasn't in the US at all. Maybe it wasn't Bill Clinton. Because it was in Sydney. Oh, it is Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton standing in front of the Sydney Opera House during his first day tour of Australia. Ah. Now that you say Opera House, I do recognize the building. I just didn't think it would be in Australia. Oh well. We suck. I guess so. Haushalts, Kuchen, Porzellan, Luzern, Wolhausen. Okay, CH, that's Switzerland. Who dressing like that in 1996? Who knows? We're in Switzerland, and judging by these cars, why is it black and white though? That's weird. Because the cars are kind of like 80s, or even later. I think that's a Peugeot 205, so late 80s. I'm gonna guess Zurich. And I'm gonna guess 87. Don't know why it's black and white. 1990 even. But why is it black and white then? Huh. But still pretty good. Pretty good score. It wasn't Zurich. It was over here. Don't know which place that is. View towards Lucerne train station. Oh, that's probably the place then. Alright, I'll take it. Ooh. Ooh, what are we doing here? What are we doing here exactly? Why are you teasing the kids like that? Seems kind of weird. Atlantic City saltwater taffy. This candy is not touched by human hands. Okay. That's a little strange. Ice cream. I think we're in the US, right? Atlantic City. Right? So... you can tell by the bowl cut you think it's UK, but I mean Atlantic City is in America. I am gonna overrule you and think Atlantic City. I don't know where that is actually, but old. Oh, I clicked just in time. America opera singer Florence Macbeth giving candy to children in Atlantic City. Okay, Atlantic City is on the coast. I just clicked Atlanta. And it was 1921, which was 1 year off. Yeah, giving, right? Yeah. It is different times, right? Very different times. Let's just say that. Alright, so location wasn't good, but the year was pretty good. 1921. Alright. Kind of weird. Okay, what do we have here? This is this Cyrillic? I think this is Cyrillic. Yeah, gotta be. A lot of people, a lot of hats. Seems kind of 1940 maybe. What is happening here? We're at a train. Looks like World War II. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I was thinking that. So it's kind of like Soviet Union. Maybe it's Ukraine. Oh, it's much later than I thought it was. But it was indeed Ukraine. Location perfect. A busy platform at Kiev railway station, but in 1961. Alright. Fair enough. I would have never guessed that. Yeah. It seemed older, but I kind of get it. Frank Sinatra. Okay. Welcome to Japan. So it's in Japan. There's a lot of Japanese people. I don't actually know when he was popular. Was that in the 60s? 70s? I'm assuming it's Tokyo. Yeah, early 70s. It could be. Let's go 1973. It was older. 1962. But it was Tokyo. Frank Sinatra being greeted by hundreds of fans upon arriving at Tokyo International Airport. Sinatra was in Japan to perform 3 concerts to raise money to underprivileged children. Alright. You lose a lot of points for just a few years. Yeah, pretty difficult years. 30,000 points. Not too bad. Not too bad. Anything above 30k is okay. Anything above 40 is great. Anything close to 50, that's just insane. Alright, I think this is going to be the final game for today. Alright, we got Paris, because we got the Eiffel Tower. A lot of people. Black and white. Kind of hard to see the fashion. It looks pretty old. Oh, there's a car. That's an old car. It's a really old car. This must have been a special event. $50,000, you need to touch grass, yeah. Paris. And I think it's slightly later. I'm thinking early 30s. Yes. 1937, okay. Crowds walking around the Trocadero in Paris during the 1937 World Exposition in France. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, my guts aren't actually that good, you know. Like, I usually have a lot of trouble with my guts. I'm just kidding, I know what you mean. What do we have here? It seems French language. African people, so... Could it be Senegal? I mean, they speak French. It's in Africa. Could be other countries too, though. And it seems pretty modern. Let's say 2018. Oh, it's what? 1980. This doesn't look like the 80s. It's so colorful and I don't know. 1980. And it's in Haiti. Okay. That was pretty bad. 300 points. 1980. This doesn't look like 80s to me, but I guess it is. Yeah, probably the worst guess. Does it say EU? Well, the EU didn't exist when this picture was taken. Which I would say is in the 1950s, 40s or 50s. Bogasici. I don't know. It's Europe, but maybe like over here somewhere. 54, 1960, and it was in Istanbul, so it was Turkish. That language is pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really have any clue. Yep, Istanbul in 1960. Not what you would expect, maybe, but it is what it is. Why would it say EU, though? EU, Turkey, Istanbul. Alright. Puro dor deso torisant. La qualité natron. It's French, right? It's a public toilet. I'm pretty sure it's in French. You went there? You went to this public toilet? This one specifically? I'm gonna say Paris, and I'm gonna say that this is 70s, maybe. Paris. Oh, didn't realize the time was running out. 68, and it was in Paris. So I would have gotten basically a perfect score. Oh, dang it. Oh well. Okay, we're in the UK. We're driving on the left. These cars are 80s. Late 80s, maybe. Don't know which city. I feel like this isn't London. Wait, Royal Scotland, right? See, I felt like it wasn't London, so it's probably Glasgow. And I'm gonna go 1990. 1987. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's at Scotland, but it's apparently in Manchester. Alright then. Still not too bad. But that game was pretty bad overall. 23,734. I gotta do better, man. I gotta do better. I gotta learn. Figure it out. Just do better. Worst game yet, yes. And we're gonna end on a bad note in that sense. I'm done with this game. Pretty cool though. I might come back to it. It's kind of like GeoGuessr, but with a more interesting twist to it, so I'd say it was pretty fun. But enough of that game. A more difficult challenge? Who knows? Who knows? All right then. Well, I think we're gonna make a close to the stream then. That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. Thank you. And yes, I will go get some rest. Even though it's barely evening here. But I had a lot of fun. Again, I wish you all a happy new year. Wish you all the best. Hopefully it'll be a great year for all of us. Yeah. You will try to come to the next stream. Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you. But again, don't worry. If you can't make it, it's fine. I had a lot of fun today. A lot of announcements, a lot of stuff to talk about. And let's hope that all of the plans and goals come true. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for being here today and also the past few months. I really appreciate it. And again, I hope to see you again one day. Alright, see you guys, and I'll be back. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, so I'll be back on Friday at 3 p.m. Central European time, like usual. See you guys then. Alright, later. Bye bye.